if you want to be successful, you have to learn how to think fluidly. Like Bruce Lee says, you have to be like water. But what does that really mean? And how do you actually do it? Well, it's actually very simple. You see, most of the world thinks in black and white. They think in yes and no. They don't think along a spectrum. It's not how good or how bad or how great or how terrible. It's just good or bad, yes or no. I'm extroverted or introverted. I'm good at sales or bad at sales. It's very black and white. And what happens is when you think black and white, when you don't think fluidly, you cut yourself off. So most people think that they're either good or bad at this thing and they cannot change, meaning they can't move. They're static. But if you're fluid, you're able to think in different ways to solve the problems and actually make progress towards your goals. So that it still sounds really kind of pie in the sky, up in the air. So how do we make this tangible for you guys? Because this is something that I've been learning how to do recently, and it's had insane benefits for my entire life and business, relationships, fitness, everything. When you learn how to think fluidly, everything progresses way faster. And so the first thing is you must understand your goal cannot adapt to you. If you want to make 10K a month, if you want to achieve $1 million in your bank account, like that thing doesn't adapt to whatever you're doing. Like if you play video games for 12 hours a day, you're never going to make $1 million if that's all you do, right? So like the goal does not adapt to you. When you set a goal, it cannot adapt. It is static. It stays there. Like the things that you have to do to make 10K a month don't change ever, right? Like the core principle things, like adding value to people, like that doesn't change ever. From the beginning of time, if you want to make 10K to now, that doesn't change. So what does that mean? Well, if you, someone who doesn't have 10K a month, wants to make 10K a month and the goal doesn't change, what does that mean? You have to change. And in order to change your actions, you must change how you think. You must change your beliefs. So in order to reach your goals, you have to think fluidly. Your thinking has to be able to change. So I'm going to give you guys a couple examples of this. How I hit 10K a month for the first time was I started sending outreaches that were extremely personalized, had a ton of value. So while everybody else was sending a ton of outreach and, let me send 100 messages a day, 200 messages a day, they were super low quality, low value, I just started thinking fluidly. Like, okay, what do I need to hit my goal? Well, I have to be good at copywriting. And then also I have to actually get clients to do copywriting for. So I thought, well, what if I just send a ton of free copy every day to a bunch of people who I want to work with? Someday someone's going to respond. And guess what? People did. And then I got more responses and I ended up hitting 10K a month with doing copywriting. But the fluid way to think even further is like, instead of thinking black or white of just, do we send a lot of outreaches with no value or a ton of value and little outreaches, is why not send both? Like the new strategy, the new system that I created for my guys in my coaching group is they're sending quality and quantity. Like they're sending a lot of high quality outreaches, but we have it automated and have systems and have little ninja tactics that allow them to send high quality and high quantity. And so you have to be able to think fluidly. And so for right now, if your goal is to make 10K a month, you need to start thinking, how do you change to be able to hit that goal? So you have to think outside the box, but it has to be with the goal in mind. So a lot of people say think outside the box, but it's really hard to quantify that. Like, how do you give some examples? Well, here's an example. My goal is to be more healthy and to get fit again. I used to be fit like 8 years ago, and I quit working out to build the business, and I got married, and now I'm just like overweight, and not overweight, but I'm higher body fat than I want to be. And so I started thinking, how do I reach this goal? And so I made a new workout program, but I didn't stick to it. And I couldn't find the motivation. I just wasn't going to the gym. I wasn't getting out of bed and going to the gym because I was just working on my business, because I feel like working on business more. Well, I understand that if I want to reach this goal, I have to change. And so, guys, I've worked out for 8+ years. I know how to work out. I know how to do programs. I know all of it. I've lost a ton of weight. I've gained weight. I've bulked. I've cut all these things. But I spent like 5 figures plus on a health coach, a biohacking coach, and a workout coach. And so y'all might think like, well, that's such a waste of money. You already know how to do those things. It's like, yes, I may know how to do it, but I didn't have the accountability. I don't have the time to do it myself anymore. So by paying that money, I was able to actually accomplish the goal of like, dude, I've been crushing it in the gym recently. I'm on top of my health. I'm eating good. Like I woke up at 5 a.m. the past 2 days, even though I've been flying and still hit the gym. Like it's just been crazy. All because I just had to change. Like I just had to think differently. But because I was thinking black and white of like, oh, I know how to work out. I don't need a coach. I don't need to change. I don't need an accountability partner. I just said, freak it. And I finally got one. And now I'm actually reaching my goals. And so the number one thing to learn here is that you have to be willing to change who you are. So if your goal, let's say you want to make 10K a month. Well, at some point, bro, you have to get traffic, right? If you want to make 10K a month, you have to get clients. How do you get clients? You have to get people's attention, which means you either have to send cold outreach or you have to make content or you have to learn how to do paid ads. Like either way, you have to talk to people. You have to go out of your comfort zone. And so you're probably saying, well, I don't want to do that. Okay, well, good. We'll stay broke, right? Like the goal doesn't change. Either you change to get the goal or you don't achieve the goal. That's it. You have to be fluid. And so if you're an introvert, if you hate doing outreach, suck it up, buttercup. Like you got to change. You have to think fluidly. So I don't see myself as anything anymore. I don't see myself as introverted. I don't see myself as extroverted. I don't see myself as bad at sales. I don't see myself as bad at speaking. I don't care, okay? I just do whatever is necessary. If the goal needs me to be good at speaking, guess what? Get good at speaking. If the goal needs me to be extroverted, I get good at extroverted. If the goal needs me to be introverted, I get good at introverted. If the goal needs me to smoke cigarettes, I smoke cigarettes. Guys, I was chilling at this mastermind with like 8-figure entrepreneurs, and like some of the students in the mastermind were smoking cigarettes, and so I just went up and smoked one with them. Do I smoke cigarettes every day? No. Have I ever bought a pack of cigarettes? No. Do I think it's healthy? No. But in that circumstance, the goal, I wanted to network with these guys. I wanted to get to know them. So what did I do? I smoked a cigarette with them. This is all about being fluid. You can't just have these binaries of I do this and I don't do this, or I'm this way and I'm not this way. You have to be able to just shift, kind of like a video game character in a video game. You know how like when you did the like 2K football games and you could choose like which muscles your guy had, like or the attributes he has, like speed, ramp to speed up, or weight, or passing, or agility, and you could like you have a certain amount of points to kind of slide the sliders. That's how you have to be in real life. It's like one day you might need to be extroverted, zoom, or introverted, zoom. You have to just slide it. Do I smoke today? Do I not smoke today? I mean, that's a silly example, but that's literally just happened to me last week. It's like these guys are smoking cigarettes, high-figure entrepreneurs. Nobody of you guys were like, no, but I was like, yeah, I'm just going to go do that because, that's what the goal needs me to do. Now, obviously, you don't want to compromise any morals or anything, but like, don't hold these beliefs about yourself that are only that. They're only beliefs. So if you want to talk on camera, if you want to start content, then freaking do it. If that's what the goal requires you to do, then do it. If you guys knew me in real life, you would think that KJ is the last person who would start a YouTube channel and start speaking. Me and my wife are actually laughing about this the other day. Like I'm just so quiet in real life. I don't really like to talk. I just like to listen to people unless it's my really close friends. And so I'm sitting there just listening to people all day. And we were laughing at, I'm the YouTuber, right? It's funny. Like I shouldn't be that person, but I don't care. Whatever the goal demands me to do, I just do it. And so you have to think fluidly. You have to be like water, like the quote says. And hopefully this helps you guys get your goals and reach it faster. Yeah. If you want to hit me up on Instagram and have any questions, links in the description. I'll see you guys tomorrow.